Greetings people of Kairos, I am Brian and welcome to the very first video of our channel. Thank you for your time and support, it's very much appreciated. So once again, thank you. I've been wanting to do this for a while now, but I was worried and afraid in a way. Nonetheless, I've overcome that and recorded my very first video. So if you like my content, if you like my video, do leave me a like so that I know that. If you dislike it, press on the dislike button. Give me some comment and suggestions so that I can improve and make better content for you guys. Today we will be playing on Foundation. Foundation is a city builder game. It's currently in its early alpha stage. I believe they just celebrated their first year anniversary of early access on Steam, and it's receiving very positive reviews. So let's just quickly hop into the game and click on the new game button. To start things off, we have 5 maps to choose from. Today we will be going with Valley, and 3, 2, 1, let's start the actions. Alrighty, we're now in the game. So once we get into the game, there will be a help menu popping up teaching you some of the basic stuff. I will guide you through the whole process of it, so not too worried about it. Just to show you around, there are currently a lot of different maps to go on, and this is the Valley map. Let's just bring you guys around to show you how beautiful and how big this map is. As you can see, the Valley map, it's very huge, and believe me, you can actually build on every single piece of this land. Of course, I think you need to unlock the tiles, as you can see on the screen now. Let's just go with this tile to start things off with, shall we? To make this our very first piece of land on the Kingdom of Kairos. And we have successfully purchased our very first piece of tile. Next thing we need to do is to drop down a village center. Let's just drop it somewhere here, and here we go. That's our very first 8 villages of our Kingdom of Kairos. The next thing we need to do is to build a lumber camp. So lumber camp obviously is to collect lumbers. So let's just place it somewhere here. I believe the next thing we need to do is to assign some builders to actually build the lumber camp, and assign a builder. Let's just assign another one so that we can do things simultaneously. We will have another gathering hut right about here to gather some berries. So our second builder, Rudolph, can go ahead and work on that one. And we will need a stone cutter camp, which we will drop it here next to our stone area. And we'll just drop it down there so that Harry can go ahead and build that. So he has finished the woodcutter camp. We've finished our woodcutter camp. Next thing we need to do is to assign some woodcutter. Let's just go with, actually, you two can be forager. Martin can be woodcutter. Jacob can be woodcutter as well. Now we need to paint some extraction zone. This game is very unique. They don't just cut any trees available. They only cut the trees that you assign them to. So we'll assign them to cut 3 trees in this area, and maybe clear out this area as well, so that we can build our residential zone in the future. And of course the stone area and the berry area. So to expand or minimize the extraction zone, simply hold on control and scroll in and out. So that would be a good size for extraction zone. And you can see our forager picking berries. Very nice, working very hard. And we'll finish our stone cutter camp as well. Let's go ahead and assign 2 stone cutters so they don't just sit there doing nothing. The next thing we will need to build is a granary to store our stuff. As you can see, the quest just came in. We need a granary to store mainly food. So let's just drop it. I would say drop it around here. Let's just drop it there. Awesome. And our builder will go ahead and build that. So Harry's just finishing up the stone cutter chem. And it will be finished right now. Awesome. Thanks, Harry. Thanks for building that for us. And let's just go ahead and build us a well. Skip ahead a little bit on the quest here. Let's just build a well here so that our villagers can easily access the well. And Harry will go ahead and build that for us. So I think we will prioritize this one first so that they give the resources to the granary first instead of the well. So let's just skip time, increase the speed a little bit. So in this game there are different types of building. There are general buildings where we couldn't do much on them. They're pretty much preset. All you can do is just rotate them around. And then there are these monuments where you can customize them, especially on this market. As you can see, in a short while I'll show you guys. So we want to build a food store or a marketplace. You can actually customize them. So for example, I want to place my market here. So if I place it there, I can, place a tent on it, a different colored tent, put a sign or some barrel to design the whole structure of it, and it all will come in one structure. So let's just go ahead and design the very basic food store for us. Of course, a food store with a food store sign. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and start building that. Actually, I don't like the food store sign to be there. I can simply reassign them and place it until I'm 100% happy with the alignment of it. I think that looks okay. So let's just go ahead and start building that. And boom. Awesome. Now I've built a granary. Next thing I need to do is to assign a new transporter and assign berries. They actually go ahead and transport resources from various collection points like the gathering hut into granary. As you can see shortly, it's now stored in the granary. So what this does is you can actually trade it. So what we want to do is we built a well and we built a market. So in the market you can simply sell some berries to your villagers. I know it doesn't sound right. Villagers collect them and they still have to buy them to feed them, but that's how it works, and that's how you get your source of income. So what this does is, if you don't store it in granary, the market tender, they don't know how to get the berries from. They don't get it from the gathering hut itself. They went ahead and get it from the granary. So what you need to do is you need to assign a transporter to gather all the foods, all the resources into granary, and what the market tender will do is to collect them and sell it in the market. So what will happen now is you can see all my villagers will slowly but surely come to the market to buy some food to fulfill their needs. So all the villagers have needs of primary needs of water and food for now. As their status go up, they will need more requirements or daily needs, such as going to church or better food, clothing, stuff like that in the future. But for now, just water and food. is good enough to keep them happy. So you can see our global happiness is currently sitting at 75. And to complete this quest, we will need to raise our happiness of our village, of our kingdom, to 100. So we'll just wait for all the villagers to come and have their food and drink, and we will be good to go. I believe that would be... whoop, we have one more villagers to feed. Where are you? Alrighty, we've got that, and we've got our very first 2 immigrants. So 2 people were passing by and 2 decided to join our village. That would be great. More people means more workers, means quicker growth. So let's just assign Harry back to transporter so that he go ahead and gather more berries from the gathering hut into the granary. The next thing we want to build would be a sawmill. So sawmill is to transform wood into planks. So it's really important to have more planks, because all the higher end buildings, they require planks. So let's just place our plank next to a lumber camp here, and go ahead, let Rudolph build that. So you're wondering where are the 2 immigrants? As you can see at the very edge of my screen, our immigrants is slowly working their way from the edge of the map to our kingdom of Kairos. Just have a close-up view on them. It's 2 lovely ladies just taking their time walking to our kingdom. Alright, that's enough for our immigrants. Let's go ahead and speed up a little bit until our immigrants arrive. So these will unlock once these 2 immigrants arrive, and we've got that unlocked, as you can see. So now the splendor of our village has unlocked a new tiers of unlockable, so that's great. Alright, a message from the kingdom. The kingdom recognizes your efforts in establishing your settlement, and I am but your humble servant. And that we will gain some points in soldier and labor estate. Now the next thing we need to do is so you can see here 2 villages lack of space of housing. So before, when we paint the development zone, there are only extraction zone and forbidden land. Now we have residential zone, which we can paint on. So as you can see here, this is where the residential zones are in desire. It's away from all these industrial zone or gathering zone. So let's just quickly paint that so that our villagers have somewhere to stay. I think that will be okay. So in this game, we don't build the houses for them. Villagers will build their own houses. So that's something very unique. So as you can see now, the houses are slowly but surely going in. And that's where we get them. I think we want them to clear this zone first. So let's just remove this extraction zone so that they focus on clearing the other side. Alrighty. Now the next thing we need to build is a Lord Manor. Lord Manor is one of the most important building in this game so far. It helps to collect quests or have a treasury to increase our gold capacity. Let's just build it in the forest for now. Let's just drop it there. Oh, not a good idea since the house is going in right there. Let's just drop it on the other side, because Lord Manor actually boosts the residential zone by a lot. Let's start a new residential zone here, see how it goes. We might want to expand here in the future, so let's just build it at the very edge of our map right here, and of course drop it in the door, and we can start building them. Now for these two people, we would want them to focus on sawmill and become a carpenter. We've got Harry, go ahead and become a builder. You can become a transporter, because Harry is now at level 2 building. We wouldn't want to waste that and retrain a builder. And Sophie, you can be a carpenter once this sawmill is done. Just speed up the time a little bit. So you can see all the villagers are now going back home instead of standing around at the village center. They're now going into their homes, which is not completely built yet, but it will soon be. Alrighty, we've got another 2 immigrants. That's good to have. And let's see how we're doing on our market. We're sitting at 10 berries, so we need to replenish that soon. So go ahead and assign your lander for market tender first. So what the Lord Manor does is, if you assign a Great Hall, we can actually promote our villages by the end of the month. So here comes the 2 new villages that's joining our Kingdom of Kairos. Welcome, welcome. We now have 12 villages in total. Alright, Dominic, you can go ahead and be a carpenter for us, whereas Walter, let's see what we need. By the looks of it, we might need 1 more stone cutter because we're running a bit low on stone. So yeah, as you can see, the 2 builders are now focusing on our Lord Manor, which is something that I want to see. Once the house gets set down, they're actually counted as a house, even though you haven't finished building it, so we get to skip ahead a little bit. And yeah, this distribution of house is actually looking very good. And if you want to see where it's desirable to build a house, go into the desirability layer and click on residential. You can see that because of that Lord Manor now, that area has become a bit more desirable for residential zone. So let's just go ahead and skip time a little bit more so that we have our Lord Manor completed. We've collected all the resources required, so that is good. All we need is for the builders to complete them. We have our very first Lord Manor completed, and now we can simply go in and assign the core to become a Great Hall. That way we will be able to promote a villager to serve by the end of month, which will come in 2 days. So people of Kairos, I think I'll end my very first episode right here. Once again, thank you for spending your time to finish this video, and if you like it, same thing, leave me a like, and if you dislike it or you have anything to say, feel free to comment. I'll be sure to read every single one of them. And if you don't want to miss the next video or more videos to come, be sure to click on the subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next video.